Oh, bloody hell, mate, get in here. This is a great shot. Alright, here we have an eastern coral snake. Now, this bad boy right here is very toxic, and one bite could put me in the hospital, or worse. Now, let's take a moment to appreciate this beauty's coloration before we execute him, because as you know, all snakes are evil. Ah! Oh, God! Ah!
Whoa, whoa, whoa. I know animals like snakes may often incite this sort of fear in people, but why exactly is that? Although most snakes have little chance of actually harming a human, why is it that we're more frightened of them than, say, a horse, whose death statistics can actually be quite surprising? In today's TED Talk, we'll not only introduce a potential reason for the common fear of snakes and people, but we'll also go in depth about how many snake species use their prominent tool, venom. Snakes, spiders, scorpions, all three of these creatures have a major commonality between them: their profound ability to make people's skin crawl even more than your average creepy crawly. But why exactly is that? Well, when you look closer, there's another obvious similarity between these creatures. All of them use venom. Which of these two pictures made you more uncomfortable? Chances are the snake had a slight edge over the dog, even though an angry dog could easily do a number on any person. When you think of it on an evolutionary perspective, however, it makes quite a bit of sense. In a moment's notice, it can be quite difficult to distinguish between a venomous snake and a non-venomous one, such as the coral snake that we previously talked about and the milk snake that mimics it. This means that any early humans that had a healthy fear of all snakes or all varieties of another venomous creature likely had a survival advantage over the so-called brave humans that would test whether an animal was venomous or not. This survival advantage then likely passed on the genetically dictated psychological fear of venomous snakes and other venomous animals. That's not all though. Now that we have established a base for the common fear of snakes, let's dig deep into the science behind the functionality and overall use of venoms by animals. It's obvious that the first two main uses of venoms are either to subdue prey or to fend off predators, but how exactly does this venom function? In today's TED Talk, we will discuss the three main types of venom utilized by snakes: neurotoxins, hemotoxins, and cytotoxins. But first, a quick introduction on how snake venom is actually delivered into their prey or predator. Many snake species actually have hollow fangs. This, coupled with their venom glands, is how they usually deliver their venom. The venom glands are actually contracted by muscles around the area, and then this delivers venom into their venom ducts, which is then injected into their hollow-like fangs. The example we have for our neurotoxins is once again our trusty eastern coral snake, a member of the elipid family in the Micrurus genus. Now, given by the name, neurotoxins center on disturbing the manner in which the nervous system functions, and depending on the type of venom, it can vary in how this is achieved. According to ncbi.gov, the manner in which coral snake venom functions is by inhibiting the acetylcholine in both pre- and postsynaptic receptors. The inhibition of this vital neurotransmitter can then lead to this decreased respiratory function, among other things. However, the manner in which coral snake venom is injected into their prey or predator is not very effective against humans. Yet the same cannot be said for our next snake, North Carolina's own copperhead, a member of the viper family in the Agkistrodon genus. Copperheads exhibit a variety of a hemotoxic venom, meaning that its venom is damaged by bursting blood vessels, altering the clotting rate of the blood, and affecting how the heart is able to pump said blood. This is often caused by enzymes found in the venom that are able to degrade the endothelial cells that provide structure to the blood vessel, as well as some hemotoxic venom's ability to overactivate or inhibit the lectin receptors in your blood that change the rate at which your blood is able to clot, leading to either too little clotting factor or too much platelet activity. The example we use for our next venom, or the cytotoxic venom, is certainly a lesser known snake, the Malayan pit viper, a member of the viper family in the Colossolium genus. Cytotoxic venoms have a quite nasty concoction of enzymes and other proteins that are able to break down tissue surrounding the area of the bite. This in turn leads to necrosis of the flesh in the immediate area as the dead cells begin to rot. Although these varieties are just the tip of the iceberg in terms of the types of venom cocktails found in the animal kingdom, there are certainly a large number of examples of these venom types being used, such as the neurotoxin of the deathstalker scorpion or the cytotoxin of the brown recluse spider. By remaining informed about these sorts of things, it can help people to be less fearful of these animals. Paying them the proper space and respect will often prevent any sort of harmful interactions, and some venoms have even been seen to have positive effects, or positive uses, such as the development of blood pressure lowering medications. If you remember correctly, you can see how this correlates with the fact that some hemotoxic venoms were able to change the permeability and overall composition of your blood vessels, showing how this could be useful in other medications for blood other than simply blood pressuring lowering medications. Some venoms are even said to have potential to further cancer research, showing just how beneficial developing a better understanding of these animals can be. For those who still may be wary of snakes, one stat that may be comforting to know is that only about 15% of all snakes worldwide pose any potential danger to humans, with only 25 of those species even residing in North America. Secondly, let's go over some characteristics for identifying a potentially venomous snake should the need arise. The three most useful identifying traits are the presence of large, broad venom glands on the sides of the face, heat-sensing pits located above the nostrils, which is where the term pit viper is derived, and lastly, large prominent fangs unlike those found in most non-venomous snakes. These, along with the more elliptical shape of their eyes, are good distinguishing traits for snakes. I hope this TED Talk was not only enjoyable, but also informational for each and every person watching. I also hope that this video has given you a newfound respect and appreciation, as well as a potential sense of wonder toward not only snakes, but all animals in the animal kingdom. Each animal has its own unique characteristics, and hopefully we can one day reach a place where we're less fearful of these animals as we develop a better understanding and appreciation for all of them.